had I had a really hard conversation yesterday. And I prepared a lot for it. It was a personal conversation. And I had these specific points that I wanted to say. And I wrote everything down, and I spent like 3 hours the night before, which I promise was not really that excessive, talking about everything I wanted to say, and my themes, and my talking points, and my sub-points. And then I got into the moment, and I just sat there babbling for like 20 minutes. And I didn't really know what I was saying, and I couldn't remember anything that I cared to say. And I'm in a very vulnerable spot right now because of it. But it was a beautiful conversation. It was one of growth. And I mean, the theme that I was talking to this person about, like all night, or rather wrote, was empathy. They're just filled with empathy. And how beautiful is that? To be able to feel what someone feels, to be able to relate to someone with how they feel, and to understand in that moment exactly what they're going through. That's beautiful. And empathy is something that I've struggled with for a while. Being around this person this past year has made me one hell of a lot more empathetic, but I still have a lot of room to grow. I don't mean this to be some super long video. It's off the cuff, it's uncut. I just saw this beautiful sunset, and I want to remember the moment of feeling vulnerable, of understanding that this past year I grew a lot, but a lot of my growth unfortunately came from failure. Yeah, the converse, the flip, the silver lining of that is that I did learn from it, but it doesn't make it feel any better, and it doesn't make me feel any better. But when I see a sunset like this, and I've talked about this before and I'll talk about it again, it's a reminder that in this moment, all of this beautiful creation that was made for me, from love, by love, for love, and it serves as a reminder of love, that I'm exactly where I need to be. 2021 was a good year, but I let myself down. I let the people in my corner down, the people that I was supposed to be in their corner down. That doesn't feel good. Even if I can say I learned from it, you know? Feels like all I can do is sit and watch the sunset, but sometimes it's all you can do. And that's what I needed to learn this past year. Was stop living for the future. The future will come. Don't rush it. There's this great Bible verse, and it's goes to the effect of, the birds in the air do not worry about their next meal. Your God cares about you more than the birds of the air. The beautiful lilacs of the flower fields shine brighter and more beautiful than King Solomon's wardrobe. Yet your God cares about you more. To me, that's what these sunsets are. That's what these moments of vulnerability are. That's what these reminders of I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be are. They're God winks. They are reminders to be present, to not worry about the future. When has worrying ever added a moment to your life? The future will come, time will pass, and one day I'm going to look back and say, remember when I was sitting here watching this sunset with these beautiful mountains. It reminds me of the motto that I've kept for years. I'm not sure where I'm headed, but I haven't gotten lost yet. 2 years ago, right around to the day, a few days past. I moved to Denver, and I dropped my mom off at the airport. And I remember crying on the way back. Not like bawling, but crying, being sentimental. This was like my first big move. True move, like permanent move, not 3-month move to Houston or San Francisco. And I remember crying and saying, like, why am I here? Why didn't I just go to California? And the words I felt in my heart, the words that God spoke to me were, this is where you become a man. And for 2 years, I haven't felt like I've become a man, that's for sure. A year ago at this time, I was looking to stay here forever. And I wanted to buy a home, and that fell through. And now I think I just have to be okay with that ambiguity. The ambiguity of the future, of not knowing what lies ahead. But truly, moments like this, moments like sitting here and watching the sunset and just being present, they remind me that the life is temporary. God is upon us. Man, look how gorgeous this is. This was made for me to be in this moment, exactly right here. Everything in my life has led up to this moment so far. And it'll keep perpetuating. Life doesn't slow down. Life doesn't stop. Life doesn't wait for you. So stop trying to push it forward. There's a lot I learned in 2021. That was the hardest lesson. Because when I'm looking to push life forward, it's almost like a path of destruction where I don't really care what's in front of me. I just want to be at that next spot. I want to be in that next job, that next role, that next rotation, the next project, whatever it is. And I hate that. I just want to stop the train that is life and sit here and watch the sunset. 2 years ago, I didn't know where I'd be in 2 years. 1 year ago, I didn't know where I'd be in 1 year. And right now, I can confidently say I have no idea where I'm going to be in 1, 2, 5, or 10 years from now. And I think for the first time, as I sit and watch this sunset, as I just be still and be present, this is honestly one of the first times that I can say I'm okay with that. Because I know in 1, 2, and 5, and 10, however many years, I'll have grown, I'll have learned, but I'll get there. I don't have to force it. I don't have to leap forward. Time will come to me. So for now, I just watch the sunset.